Hello YouTube, this is Dabmar1079 bringing you another World of Warship video. And I know it's kind of sudden to do this, but due to what happened yesterday, for all of you that don't know, Queen Elizabeth II has passed away. So I decided to do a video on a ship that was her first ever official public, I guess, appearance to serve her country, which was the christening of HMS Vanguard, the only battleship of her class and the last battleship the British Empire ever built. So let us take a look. As also, I will be doing her in her traditional, possibly painted colors, instead of the Christmas colors that she does have. And also this one thing, if you can look, you look just behind turret number 2's AA gun, you will see, I guess, the symbol of the British family, or the British monarchy, or the Navy, however that may work. But you can get a nice little scope around the Vanguard. She is a World War II design, but in fact she was commissioned, well, I should say entered service in '46, so she missed the war. And they thought, should we turn her into an aircraft carrier or fully fit her out as a full battleship? And they decided it's cheaper just to finish her as a battleship. So she has that of all the lessons learned from the other previous, like the King George V class, but she has the main armament of, I guess, the Queen Elizabeth class, which are 15-inch guns, which are, I guess, are the more powerful versions, so not really up to par there with a bunch of them, but they are good guns nonetheless. We shall see, I think, how I am running it, and everything else. And also, another reason too, as I'm doing this ship, is also, this was the royal family's personal yacht at times. King George VI had used it with alongside of his family, including a young princess, Elizabeth II, to where they just removed the AA turret on the second turret, and they had put a viewing platform there, and also removed the Admiralty's area and made it a nice little living quarters. You can see the little bio right there for her. And let us take her off in the battle. But yes, she is a princess during the Second World War. She had christened the ship with, instead of a champagne bottle, a red wine bottle. I had found out. And also that her husband, that she is now with forever, served aboard the Queen Elizabeth the class battleships, which those ships are named after the Queen Elizabeth I, which I have seen plenty of people do that. They play as the Queen Elizabeth class battleships, but I will be doing the Vanguard, the ship that she was actually on, and a ship that she actually christened, the first one for her duties for her country. I had just fully upgraded her, since I was going to hold off on that for a while, but since of what happened yesterday, I decided it is a proper time to, I guess, spout some history on the ship, upgrade her, and also we mourn the loss of the longest living monarchy that Great Britain has ever had. 96 years old in a 70-year reign. Which, if I do remember, I will put links down in the description below for when she made her opening statement on television, the first ever one for her, and everything else. and like a couple of other YouTubers, like the YouTube channel Battleship New Jersey, he has said that we have lost another battleship sailor, which I'll put that in the link down in the description below as well. But this, for pretty much as all I've played with the Vanguard, she's quite a good ship. Unupgraded at the beginning when I was still getting back to used to her. Not very good, since she had 15-inch guns, and pretty much only other ones that had that were Tirpitz and Bismarck really in this game, so. But as I got used to her, her guns were very powerful. They did a good job in kill. Secondary guns.
Our team is taking
You
the
have
lead.
this.
Our victory
Pretty much
is in
this.
sight.
A good battleship. I wish that this one, or like many other people say, some of the other British battleships would have been preserved as museum ships, because I would have really liked to see the ship. And who knows? Technically, since this was the royal family's yacht, if Queen Elizabeth potentially could have maybe activated back into commission and the family could have used it. Because people always wonder how safe, I do wonder at times how safe at times some of these ways of transport, like what happened to Princess Diana, how she died in a car accident in France, to where if they wanted to go to a different country, yes, this would have taken longer, but this would have been the most protected way
Victory is in sight.
possible. Pretty much this, they could go into a port, would not have to worry as much because it's just the presence alone of something like this warship. But to pretty much go on this, I am very interested in the monarchies at times. I've looked up many of the a couple of different ones that interest me. I've looked up the British, I've looked up the Imperial Japanese family. Which, out of all of them, there's only like 2 of them. A country which I cannot remember in the Middle East that still has a monarchy, in the royal family in Great Britain. Which I have had to prove to, like me dad, that Her Majesty never really used her powers all that much. I believe she only had to ever use her powers to go against a ruling in Parliament, to where they would have stripped her of power of using the armed forces. But other than that, she never did. Which is commendable for her. Which I guess in this case, I do agree with what I've heard through people talking about the monarchy. She did save the monarchy, unlike all the other ones that lost power and lost everything in the last, I guess you could say, over 25 years from the First World War to the Second. She saved it. Let's take a look at all this stuff. Not that bad of a loss, but we do make our money back more in standard mode. But neat to note also more a little bit history. This battleship never really, I guess, saw much combat. I don't think, never fired her guns in real anger. But she did. She was in naval exercises with the American battleship New Jersey. Even showing that she outperformed New Jersey as a more capable sea boat, even though That New Jersey had, I guess, more powerful guns than her, but still. Battleship guns were fired only one more time, I believe, during Desert Storm. I think. Don't quote me on that. Or no, the first Iraqi... Yeah. Oh yeah, Desert Storm, I think. And don't quote me, I do apologize. I'm just trying to remember this off the top of my head.
General quarters.
But sadly, like old times, once King George VI had passed away, so did any other times of potential trips for Vanguard to go out anymore. So I believe somewhere in the
All stations.
early to late 70s, maybe 60s. No, yeah, she ascended the throne in the 50s, so around this early 60s, late 60s, the ship was sent to the scrapyard, which the name Vanguard lives now in the Vanguard class submarines.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
But to have seen this ship in its time, I would have loved to seen it. Like probably most of you that play these games with British warships, what it would like to just see a British battleship, if any, since they only have that of Belfast, a light British cruiser. And I believe HMS Victory is another, I guess you could say, old, I guess, British battleship, you could almost say. Let's see if we can find the enemy. No aircraft, and it looks like when I got the hull upgrade for this ship, she got a couple more anti-aircraft guns here and there. To me, it would be funny if they made a little camouflage thing to where it would replace the AA guns on the front, on the second turret, and got a little couch there. Oh, and there you go, you can see the symbol a little bit better on the ship. But for the British battleship, that is actually one of the, I guess, couple few that can actually break a decent speed. As you can see, there she goes. She's up to 30 knots. 30.1. So quite a fast battleship. Which also, for those that do not know, the square back that she has is that of a innovation to give her more speed, since she doesn't have like the horsepower of a Iowa class battleship, which that design is in the modern Navy and all other modern ships, to where the water thinks it is going to keep going in a straight line, but it doesn't. It just gets sucked in and pushes the ship along, giving it a little bit more speed. Which that's a neat little fact. To where if you either serve aboard or have seen modern, say, destroyers, why they have a squared off back and they don't no longer have a rounded off back, that's why. Really think of it, in this game, besides potentially a few like maybe one Soviet cruiser and probably a few others, like one destroyer, this is the most modern battleship in the game, I guess you could almost technically say, since she's the last battleship, I think, yeah, she's the last battleship ever made in the world.
Enemy battleship sighted.
And the last battleship ever commissioned in the world as well. Kansas might just give me the target I need.
Provide cover for that target. Attention, all forces defend the base. Enemy cruiser sighted.
See if that does it.
Requesting support. Set a smoke screen. Enemy battleship sighted.
That definitely felt that one.
Torpedoes, dead ahead.
Hipper keeps shooting at me.
Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship sighted. The ship is on fire. Problem solved.
Those are secondary guns I hate. Darn. You know I've seen her do it, just because how I go with these videos. We watch the Vanguard sink beneath the waves. But yes. I do feel sorry for the royal family. I do hope the Queen rest in peace, and we shall see how King Charles III will do as the new monarch. For whatever how long he may be on this earth, we shall see how he does. How he honors his mother's memory, and see how he takes the monarchy. And pretty much this. I want to thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe and hit that bell to notify you anytime that I post a video or go live. And please leave a comment down below and tell me, what did you all think when you heard that Her Majesty had sadly passed away? For me, I had seen something on the computer detailing that she was fallen ill and everything, that they were she was at her summer house, she had doctors and everything on standby. And then my parents came home from work. I tell one of them, I tell my mother that I heard that Queen Elizabeth is sick and everything. As my dad just sits down on the couch, he said he saw on Facebook from my uncle, one of my uncle's, I guess, sisters, said that she had passed away, and then I asked my smart home object that she had just passed. And I'm like, what? And then my dad turned on the news, and it was right there, saying that she had sadly passed away. So, pretty much tell me, what were you doing, how did you hear it, and what did you think about it? If you're a fan of the royal family, or just fans in British battleships, or any naval history, if you would like these little things that I've shared with you today. Anything, if you wish. But, like I said, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I shall catch y'all in the next one. So, see ya.